welcome to another episode of the series. In this episode we will continue working on the right side, as we did some repairs which were hard to get to, so now we can start removing and replacing the sills as well as welding the new floors in. We did cover this briefly in episode 4, however we just showed the little bits. In this episode we will go into more detail, and we will show how we removed the sills, aligned the doors, tried the seals in, and also welded the new floors. So now we're going to start removing the sills. Before starting cutting, we added a piece of wood as a spacer to remove any slack between the body and the brace. We also added corners, clamps in the corners to strengthen the brace. We started disassembling the old original sills. This is what's left of the outer sill. And underneath we can see a homemade repair on the middle sill. So before cutting the sills, we started adjusting the door. We got the swage line in line by adjusting the hinges and striker. But next we need to fix the gap, just like on the right side. It's too tight. So we're using this gauge, and as you can see, it doesn't go in. So next we're gonna cut the bottom of the sill and expand the brace a little bit, just for the gauge to go in. This is what's left of the original parts. After all the cutting and grinding, we removed all the old sills. We just were careful to keep this part intact, as this is part of the body that doesn't come with the new sills, and it will be placed like a sandwich between the inner sill and the middle one. Here we're test fitting the floors without the sills in place. we're still at the trial stages here. We put all the sills and the floors in place, but they're just holding on with screws, so nothing is welded in yet. We also put the door seal in place all the way around. As you can see, it fits very nicely, quite flat. However, we still have to try closing the door and see if it closes smoothly. The rubber gasket is held in place with metal strips that look like this. So the seal goes inside the groove. So the door closed, but it's still quite hard. This means it will need further adjustment in relation to the seal. Door gap's still good, however, so it's just a matter of lowering the seal a little bit. This is detail worth paying attention to when welding on new floor pans. As you can see, this support is welded onto the floor, so to make sure everything aligns, we put the cross member back. So it's held temporarily with some bolts, and this cross member holds the gearbox in place, so we want it to line up when it's time to reassemble the car. I used some screws to hold the support temporarily to the new floor. Now we're gonna go on the other side and weld through the floor. So one of the final parts we have to replace to finish the sill replacement is the corner. We cut away the old rusted part as usual when we were trimming out the old sills, and we have this replacement here. So now we have to decide how much to keep of the original part and how much to replace. So we made the cardboard pattern like this. We decided to keep this corner here as it's a good reference to start as a baseline. Here we can see the repair on the A pillar finished. We welded across this line and smoothed out the welds later and gave a coat of weld-through primer. So now it's time to put the last repair panel for the sill section. This is the corner of the B pillar. Corner of the B pillar finished. We welded across this line and then smoothed out the welds with a grinder. Next we will paint and primer. We haven't welded on the outer sill yet as it will need some alignment when it's time to repair the quarter panel, which is the panel that will cover this area over here, which goes down to there.